So our next speaker again will be here in physically, I think, in Sines. So Rui Ribeiro from IP Telecom, and again, as we talk about a lot of connectivity across the countries within European Union with other continents, also there is a part of connectivity. It's important not to forget there is a parts of Europe that's also not that close. They also need to be connected, and I think Rui has a lot of experience on that regard. How to make sure that within Europe, even within the same country as Portugal, we connect all those disparate parts together in the international connectivity network. So please, go ahead, Rui. Yeah.
Okay, let's first of all thank you all to be here and Anacom to organize this event. Waiting for my presentation. Let's see. Okay, so today I'm presenting here the new Atlantic CAM ring that will be implemented in Portugal and its islands. So first of all, let's have a look on the present situation and the challenges that we have. The reality is that Portugal and its connectivity with its islands are having a challenge to end of life of what was a set of branches on the several consortiums that are existing in connecting Azores and Madeira, and also a domestic system between Azores and Madeira that will end also on or is expected to end around 2028. And this is the reality. So the government has understood that this needs to change. There is also an opportunity to be a strategic hub around the Atlantic. So in the September 30 last year, the government has delegated to IP Telecom, which is a 100% state-owned company and acts in the market as a neutral operator, to build and to study all the feasibility of the new project to develop and to explore in the future. So this project and this mandate that the government has led to IP Telecom, it has 3 phases. We are handing the first phase precisely in the next weeks. The first phase was to identify and to study the economical and financial business model to support this new ring, and also to discuss the contracting model, the tender offer for the next few years or the several years that we have. So beginning on the next few months, we will enter in the second phase, which will be launched as a new tender offer in the international space, and also where we will close the concession that will pursue for the phase 3 and even for the phase 2, which has the construction also as a concession from the state to IP and IP Telecom. And for the next 20 to 25 years as a concession state. So this was the mandate that was made to IP Telecom for the next years, and this was the project that we face. So what is our goal for this ring? So the main concept around here is precisely to create an Atlantic hub. Okay, and upside the principle or the basic principle to have the connectivity of the territorial continuity in terms of communications with its islands. So the architecture that we are developing is precisely to have full resilience and full redundancy in this ring, having this triangle between the Portuguese mainland and its islands, and to be a hub to connect. And the opportunity here is precisely to use this ring as an opportunity to connect Europe to the other continents, namely North America and South America, and even Africa. So the idea is to create this hub to be a kind of border, like I think it was Norman that said here, a kind of digital port for Europe. That's the idea of this strategical hub of the Atlantic CAM, like we've named it. Additionally, this mandate, and I didn't mention before, this mandate has another set of functionalities that I will speak later, but this hub will have a set of sensors in terms of seismological and environmental changes around the Atlantic that will permit to create data or to produce data for researchers, for businesses, for the several ecosystems, and also to leverage, and we want also to leverage what will be the future European station or aerospatial station to launch satellites, which will reside in Azores, which means another set of data that we will have around this center of Atlantic. Having this, and because IP Telecom is a day one member of Gaia X, okay, we want to assure that this set of infrastructure of these platforms is Gaia X compliance. Okay, that's the idea. To develop this as also not only the data and the telecommunication side, but also the data Gaia X compliance. And having said that, we intend to go further on this level, and also to assure that we are able to integrate that on the several ecosystems in Portugal and in Europe, namely with our 3 data centers that we have. Okay, so it's not running. It stopped. Let's see.
I'm sure if our colleagues can help.
Are you able? It's...
If our colleagues can change the slide, please.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if you've made something, but it has changed now. So, one of the advantages to use IP Telecom is precisely to integrate and to create the synergies of IP Telecom high-speed networks in the mainlands, okay? Which means that having IP high-speed network that we are delivering as backbones for the several B2C telco operators in Portugal, with the 4 European connections, like in the map, as you have seen over there, we are able to interconnect with Europe also, and to create redundancy not only on the sea area, but also on the main land area. Okay, so this synergy of IP Telecom network is value added of this project also. So this is the telco side. So we will start as an initial design on 6.4 terabits per second, and we expect per fiber pair, and we expect to go with even with the technological evolution that we expect for the future, we will achieve 76.8 terabits per second. Okay, these are some few numbers that we are developing. And the last feature, if the slide changes, okay, is precisely the data side of the ring, and precisely what we are installing is a quite innovative infrastructure with several sensors, and we are working on with our set of, or with LEA, which is a consortium on environmental with the environmental institutions, university research centers, that are developing a set of requirements to install this set of sensors in the sea, across the ring, and that will permit, like I've said previously, to open data of these, the data of these sensors to the scientific community and also for the business community, and to detect seismological and environmental and climate changes around the Atlantic Ocean. So just to finish, and this was just for you to understand what we are doing, what we would like to have. In conclusion, we would like to achieve, and our strategic position is precisely to create a European data telco hub around Portugal, and Portugal being a door for Europe to the other continents, like we've seen in prior presentations. So for IP Telecom, that has more than 20 years, we are starting a new venture on this submarine cables environment, which is a new thing for us, and we expect also to, and we are quite proud to have this in our environment, and to fulfill Portugal also with several telecommunications in the European zone. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So first of all, really, thanks for explaining how you connect the whole Portugal, not only mainland Portugal together, and that's very interesting to see, and how that becomes, that the hub is not only mainland for Portugal, but the hub is becoming broader Portugal. But I think it's also what caught my interest at the very end is about the starting of this conversation about smart infrastructure. And cables are no longer just to connect. Yeah, cables can serve a lot of other purposes. And you now started talking about seismic. So maybe just a little bit expanding about that. How big is the is it just a side effect of deploying cables, or is it becoming like a part of a core strategy? When you deploy the cables, this smart features of it.
Yeah, the smart features are it's quite strategical. It's not a side effect. It's we are developing, I would say, quite innovative, and we are, I would say, early adopters on these technologies with all the risks that it has. But also, I would say that it can be also a good first mover advantage for us as a Portuguese country and company, in order to help all the researches that are happening here in Portugal around the several hubs of research centers that we have here in this area. And of course, the environmental changes are one of our biggest and important policies, so we are helping on that.
Indeed, we're talking about this green and digital, and here we have it all together.
Exactly. So the IoT in every industry is running over there. So we are testing these steps. We are making several innovations. We are discussing with several suppliers, and let's see if it will work. We are quite confident on that, and we'll do it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.